Oh, we're live. Yeah, a couple seconds early. Imagine that. All right. Hopefully, I don't have any video or audio troubles tonight. If I do have any problems, anything going on, let me know. Give a few people a few minutes here to get in. Oh, man. Got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. I've been busy. I've been really busy. Let's close that tab. There we go. Very cool. I guess the biggest thing right now in the DFW area is the weather. Man, it was 50s today. Now it's down to like 19. I think dropped 2 already. It's supposed to get down to like 13 tonight and 12 tomorrow night. Finally, by Friday, you get above freezing. I think it'll be 37 or something Friday. Yeah, I just noticed I need to put some more water on some of my carnivorous plants. They need some reverse osmosis or rainwater. I need to add that as soon as I get a chance. So, how's everybody been doing? I have finally, well, I say finally got the new 10-gallon rack system set up, but realistically, it's mostly set up. I still have a little bit more tweaking to do. I don't have very many fish in there. I don't have enough plants. One tank is still completely empty. I plan on putting some RODI or rainwater in that one, and with no substrate at the bottom. See how that kind of works out. I might put just a little bit of my tap water in there because it's got a lot of KH. That'll help buffer it, so it won't crash on me. Hey, Vibes. Glad you can make it. You're the first one in, it looks like. At least for first to comment. The moneyest Maven. Surely. Are audio and video looking good? They should be. Everything should be squared away. I did upgrade my I figured I gotta fix that again. I upgraded my my modem. I mean my internet signal up to 1 gig. So I should have 1 gig up and 1 gig down, but there's something still going on because I'm only getting about 380 download and like 400 upload. So I know part of it's my modem. My modem maxes out at I think it's 400 megabits. So I need a new modem. I think get a little faster, but I think there's still something wrong with their signal coming in. Papa Shrimp, man, it's getting cold out there. No kidding. I was driving earlier and I was a little bit worried because the roads are a little bit damp. I'm a dinosaur. Anyhow, so yeah, the roads are starting to get damp, but then they were getting down around 26 degrees, even though it was 50, like 52, 53 today, or so it was warmer today, so it rains the roads and everything, but it was kind of damp and not raining, more like misting and drizzling, just a tiny bit here, so it kind of helped cool down the roads and stuff. So I think everything's fine now. Everything kind of seemed to dry out after some cool air, drier air came in and the winds kicked up. I mean, I don't know what the wind chill is, but I just know the temperature out there, I think it was 19. I'm kind of curious what the wind chill is. See if I got it up still. I can pull it up pretty quick. No, wrong button. If I hit the right buttons. 19 with a feels like 4. So we're supposed to get down to, man, way below 0 wind chill factors. So right now it's barely above at 4 degrees. Anyhow, so I was saying is I got the 10-gallon aquarium. In fact, hey, let's take a look. I should be able to do this. Took a quick picture. I realize the picture's not even straight. It's crooked. But, oh well. Yeah. There we go. That's what the aquarium looks like. I mean, the stand looks like right now. The bottom 4 tanks I set up probably, man, over a week ago, probably a week and a half ago. But then I wasn't feeling great. That's why I didn't live stream last weekend. Man, I was done. But the bottom ones, I have the first 2 bottom left-hand corner. I do have fish in those. This one is a Aphyosemians Austral Orange. And over here, what did I put over there? I put in a fun little Panchex Galeris. Is that what I put over there? Yeah, I believe so. That's what I put over there. So I don't have anything here. Barely have any plants in here. I need a lot more plants, but funding kind of ran short. So I need to get a little more funding going. Hopefully by The expo coming up in a couple weekends. After that expo, I should have plenty of funds. In fact, I really get paid tomorrow, so it hits my bank account tomorrow. So I get lots of overtime on there. That's one of the things I was doing last week. I was working overtime. Hey, oh, that's right. Tuesday I was done. That's right, because I was working overtime. Oh man, Tuesday whooped me the whole week. Oh, I didn't realize I could zoom in. Hey, I was just playing around. Hey, okay, so let's see. Oh, there's an Australia. Look at that. Ooh, I can really zoom in. So yeah, there's a couple of Australs. There's the female. There's the male in there. As you can see, these little, man, I love these. I'm really liking these little, let's see if I can zoom in. Yeah, these little sponge filters. These work pretty good. Hey, does anybody know why? Oh, thanks, Papa Shrimp. I'm glad I look good. Uh, does anybody know why when you first put water in a tanks, they get these bubbles? I can wipe it off. Yeah, I know. I wiped this one off a little bit, and I was like, yeah, leave it there. I'm going to see how long it sits there. It was worse, and it's starting to go away. Uh, if you look at the top up here, this one doesn't have any water in it at all. And this one has water, but no substrate. And these two have decomposed granite, and it was dirty. It was used, actually, in their tank. So I ended up washing it really well, but it still didn't get washed quite enough as it's got that little bit of murkiness to it. That filter should clear it out here and there, too. Hello, Skull. Welcome. I want the orange Australia. Hint. Yeah, I know. That's why this is a going to be a show tank. Okay, so and breeding tank. So that's why I stuck them in here. Oops, not here, down here, and that's why they're in here. So hopefully we get some breeding out of these things, and eventually this pair will go to the show, probably the national convention that they're destined for. I need to take some more video. Maybe I should do something where I could make a guest speaker and make it my cell phone and go out there and kind of go through tanks and stuff. But it's kind of interesting though the way these things progress, because these were filled up about a week and a half ahead of time, and you can see they're turning. You get the water's turning that brownish color. It's not really clear like these up top. These are like super crystal clear, but these are not. This is the same exact sand. This is a granite sand that I got from HEB. It's really heavily washed, and this stuff doesn't it doesn't take much to wash it at all. It's just probably 3-4 rinses and it's good. Maybe getting some diatom algae or something building up on the bottom. I don't know. Let's see what we got going on here in chat. Cheryl Smith. Hello, how you doing? Hey, vibes. Let's see what else we got coming in. I cannot find what the. I'm not sure what that one. What kind of killifish that is anywhere. But I may be able to get my hands on a trio of volcaniums this spring. Very cool. Where are you at, Shirley? There's plenty of opportunities. If you can go on Aquabid, there's a lot of stuff going on right now. In fact, on Aquabid, there's some fairly rare, it's actually some very rare Rivulus. Rivulus, you tend not to be very brightly colored fish, but there's some rare species on there right now. Of course, I guess the auction doesn't ends this weekend or Friday, and by Saturday and Sunday, I think Sunday is supposed to be back in like the 70s, Monday or something, Monday, Tuesday. So next week ship fine, but I wouldn't want to ship anything right now. That'd be terrible. I can't ship out or ship in. So I might actually try to bid on some of those really cool Rivulus species. Let's see here. It's the oxygen from the aerator screens, maybe. It does this. I put I just turned the air on here recently. So before the air was even on those, it was all bubbly like that just by putting the water in there. So they had nothing to do with the sponge filters or the aeration at all, because the bubbles were there. Putting the aeration and helped kind of start up a little bit and knock some of the bubbles off, actually. So it worked the other way around. I'm eating dinner and watching you. Thanks, Mark, for the dinner show. Yeah, I got some cool stuff coming up here. I get some black shrimp and killies too. Hey, I need some of those clown killies too. Hey Zen, how you doing? Let's see. Stephen P. Welcome in. I've been looking on Aquabid and ask everyone that I can think of that possibly know where to get them. Yeah, have you tried the Killifish Lounge on Facebook? They have some chat rooms in there too that are great. That's kind of the official, unofficial American Killifish Association Facebook page. So it's not really official because they don't want their name attached to it in case somebody does something stupid on there. They don't want to get in trouble in any way. So, but it's kind of like where the AKA is. So you can ask about who has those. Now, there's some strict rules on Facebook about selling livestock and things. So don't try to ask for buy things or ask to try to sell them on their group. But you can mention, say, hey, who's working with this species? And then private message them and see if they can get you some. That's how you kind of work around that without getting anybody in trouble. The screen's on a faucet. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. What Stephen P said. What did Stephen? I missed a. Do I have it? Laser. Huh. I guess I missed what Stephen P said. I'm just trying to scroll up, but I don't see it. Okay. Let me just kind of scroll through real fast. No. I'm not seeing Stephen P's comment. That's kind of weird. And all I okay. Anyhow, nothing I can do about it. So, yeah, go in there and ask about them. There's the big convention coming up here on June. What is it? 13th, 14th, something like that. It's the Father's Day weekend in June. The American Killfish Association, American Library Association, American Cichlid Association, and the International Betta Congress will all have their show in San Antonio. I'm calling it Texas Cares. So take that, look that up. It's going to be a pretty big show. That would be a good place to meet people if you can make it. I'm going to try to live stream from there. And I might even try to get some people on, some of the people that really do a really good job with the AKA. They've been around for a long time. See if I can interview them during the live streams. So I'm going to be there for several days. So hopefully I can get that done. We'll see. Hey, Outside in Aquatics. It goes down the DMs. Yeah, you just got to keep it on the down low. Anyhow, okay, so that's kind of what I got going on with these aquariums. I do need more. I did throw some hornwort in there. You can see that's just to kind of suck up some of the nutrients. Because what I did in the bottom here, these four in the bottom are these two, and then these two are two different tanks that I had for a long time. Had sand. They were dirted tanks, so they all got kind of mixed up. And it was one of them was outside for a while. It was an outdoor aquarium, and so I just reused that substrate in the bottom of here, and then covered it with the granite, the washed granite. I mean, the granite sand. We washed it on top, so it gives us some nutrients down here. I don't want to overload it because the light down here is not as bright as the lights are going to be up higher that are up here and here. And plus, it'll keep a little bit of the heat off of this rack. So the bright light will be here. It'll heat this up a little bit. At least I'll have one rack that's on top too. So it'll be the warmest rack. So I can kind of separate things out by temperature. Because some of the killifish like it warmer and some like colder. Some like it so cold that I can't keep my house in the summertime cold enough. We're talking 65 or below type of thing. They like it cold. So I can't keep it anywhere near that. But I can keep stuff a little bit cooler down here. Then on this rack, this is going to be an interesting rack. I live right on the edge of the Blackland Prairie. Now, if you don't know what the Blackland Prairie is, it's typical, like very prairie, a lot of tall grasses. Southern grass used to be huge, just gigantic tall grasses. Buffalo and things roam through the area. And a certain patch of this has very black clay soil. It's a very rich soil. So I went over to a friend's house about 30 minutes away. He's got some really good clay soil over there. I mean, this stuff you could model out of it easily But man, when it dries out, it turns to concrete. It is the craziest stuff. And you get it really wet, and it just kind of turns completely to mud. Just I mean, it's soft. You can walk. You'll sink in the yard. But in the summertime, you can't already dig through it. You have to use a metal steel fence post digger and just bust the ground up and then take it out. You can't dig it out. You got to bust it up and shovel out like gravel or concrete. It's crazy. So, but it's got a lot of nutrients in it. So I used about a half inch of substrate on the bottom of here, and then I capped it with, you can see a couple 2.5 inches of the granite, the washed granite sand. So these I'm worried about start growing algae because this lights are pretty bright. I don't have any plants in there yet. That's be a problem. Oh, I did throw some microsort in this plant right here. I do have some plants that I'm going to move into there. I haven't done it yet, but I don't have nearly enough. And on top, these are no dirted. This is just decomposed granite. I have another tank, washed it really well, dumped it in here, and there's no substrate on these two tanks. So I'm trying different things. Let's see here. What's going on? Hey, Tommy. How you doing, man? Glad you could stop in. I'm going to show some photos here soon of that Aquateratopia that I was talking about with YouTube Vibes. I remember I was talking to YouTube about that. I already sent you the photo, Vibes, the last time I was there. Just incredible. Let's see here. I'm eating lasagna, macaroni salad, cottage cheese, sushi, drinking. Man, nice big meal. Let's see who else is going on. See if anybody else came in. Look at these real quick before I move on. Hey, hello, Zen. I don't think I said hi yet. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Oh, hello, new Austin local. I went on a Japanese place, bougie Japanese place, early birthday lunch. It's tomorrow. I'm excited. Hey, happy birthday then. Early. Cool. Sound like you're doing something fun for your birthday. That's good. And okay, sorry. So let's look at some more photos here. This place is pretty cool. That's not a very good picture. Let's get rid of this. Okay. All right. They're just setting up a new area. And this is outside. This is called Aquateratopia. One of my favorite places. They have some really, really cool stuff here. They're setting up this area still. That's kind of in the back of the greenhouse area. All right. This wintertime. But look at all the aquatic, what do you call it? The carnivorous plants that are still doing decent. This place is amazing once they start setting up. This is turn around, look the other direction. So they got this is wintertime, mind you, but this is kind of a greenhouse area-ish. It's not really that well warmed up. But anyhow, he's got lots of pond plants in here, goldfish and other outdoor plants. Really just freaking cool. All right, now this is some of my favorite places right here. This is a lot of his carnivorous plants. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, I like being able to zoom in. I think these good pictures. So, bug-eating plants. He has some cool setups. Like this is not for sale, but he's got like an aquarium setup or a terrarium with all kind of plants in there. This is a big old what do you call those things? It's a carnivorous plant, but it's got the pitcher plant. Yeah, the pitchers on it. I was going to say, yeah, let's get the pitchers on it. A lot of these other little sundews and bladderworts, just a plethora. And these are some orchids down here. These actually work good if you just cut a 2-inch hole in your top. If you have a covered top, just drop that right into the tank, and works great. And they grow great. So here's some more just the plants they've got. So I'm not even sure what some of these are. They're cool. These are growing really good. I have some of those in my tanks. But here's some more of I'm not even sure what these are. Some kind of a what do you call it? Orchids. And looks like this is just a seed pod from one of the carnivorous plants. It's interesting. The carnivorous plants like to send up their flower stalk with the seeds on it really high. because we have insects want to come and pollinate this. You don't want them getting stuck in all your traps down here. So you have to have a way to get the flower away from you to be able for them to be able to pollinate the flower, move off to something else, and take. See all those little cool containers. There's a ton of tool containers. I love it. So look at just a ton of cool plants. And he's got water in the bottom of these, and he's just sitting in the water. Even though they're terrarium plants, they work good. I'm not even sure all these are named. Let's see what's going on in chat real quick. I need all those racks with the plants. Yeah, no kidding, man. I gotta pace myself. I could spend a lot of money in here really quick. Don't have to go out in public. Yeah, Papa Shrimp, are you going to San Antonio? I'd like to know that too. It all depends on money. Yeah, no kidding. I'm freezing in my fish shed, checking on the fish and the outdoor cats. I'm out here and keep out the wind and small heater. You're going to fish. Absolutely good. All cold water in here, good man, because it's going to be really cold here recently. It's going to be scary cold. If it gets lose power for a little while, it could really freeze bad. Anyhow, so let's go back to what we're doing. Zoom out. I got some other photos. This place, man, look at that. Just racks of cool plants. Down here on the bottom, isopods. There's all different kinds of isopods. The dairy cows, all those other crazy ones. I don't even know what all those are. Springtails. He has dubia roaches. He's even got blackworms, which I love. So I can buy a good portion of blackworms for $5 in a container. So that is really going to help me out with the killifish once I really start going back at it again. This is me turning around for where I was at, taking more shots. Just reading the chat real quick, make sure nothing's really going on important. Anyhow, so yeah, this is a cool little store. I have saltwater aquariums and stuff too. Lots of driftwood. These containers are really cool. All of the carnivorous plants inside of here. And these are like $20 a piece for the carnivorous plant planted in the container. Not a bad deal. Really good guy too. Oh, and if you're in the DFW area and you're looking for aquariums and there's no sale going on, well, even if there is a sale going on, doesn't matter. Stop in here and pick up your aquariums. The standard size Aqueon aquariums, he can sell you to you just about a cost. So his price on a 10-gallon aquarium was going to be cheaper than the half off sale at Petco or PetSmart. Unfortunately, I just bought all 12 tanks and ran around town buying them all over the place, and he could have ordered them for me for cheaper. I didn't even know that. So stop in. If you're in the area, man, you got to check it out. It is way cool. There's some of the saltwater. This is cool, man. They even got the mud skippers in a really neat tank. I love the mud skipper. That's the mud skipper tank. That's just way cool. Oh yeah, there's something. I didn't realize I had that in there. Maybe we can talk about that in a second. Maybe go back to chat. Yeah, it's supposed to be cold snap. But the season, it better not get any colder than this. I'm hoping it'll be the end of the cold stuff. It's supposed to be next week back in the 70s. So, man, I can't wait. It's supposed to be freezing tomorrow and Thursday in Houston. I know, that's crazy. Empire Dirt, Jeff Kane, welcome. Larking doing water changes. Oh, that's cool. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, until about Sunday. Yeah, it's supposed to get nice next week in the 70s, man. I'm going to want to get out and get in the water. But anyhow, this is a quick shot I took. This is just kind of cool to me. It is fish related, sort of. The Brazos River Authority, which is basically the authority on the Brazos River, which runs down right through my town. I'm kind of probably a quarter mile or so from the Brazos River, well, from the Lake Granbury, which is part of the river system. And the other major river in the area would be the Trinity River. Over about goes through Dallas and Fort Worth, and it kind of winds and down around Waco. It comes together. But above that, it's the east and west fork of the Trinity River. Then you have the Brazos River. Well, on the Brazos River, we have a couple of cool snakes. The Brazos River and the Concho River, which is a little farther south, goes kind of more towards what is that? Like Abilene, but farther west than that. There's a one species of snake that has two different subspecies, and it's called the Brazos water snake, and the one over and to the west is the Concho water snake. And we're trying to do a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of work and collecting them and marking them, tagging them, trying to find out where they're at and what's going on with these things, because they're very, very limited to where their range. It's one of the most range restricted snakes in the whole country. And in the rivers, they seem to be disappearing, both of the rivers, both sides. And they seem to be doing okay in some of the lakes like Lake Granbury and Lake Possum Kingdom. But the Concho water snake all of a sudden crashed because there was a severe drought in 2013. And now it's really hard to find them over there. They were going to delist them. They were coming off the threatened species list, the federal list, but I don't think they're going to now. So this is a big old conference that we had a bunch of different zoos. You had the Dallas, you had Dallas Zoo, the Houston Zoo. The Houston Zoo is actually going to start a project of breeding them and hopes to reintroduce them to areas. Part of the problem is trying to do research on them when they're just so rare in the rivers that you have nothing to really base on what you have no real subjects to study. So it's becoming a real problem. So you had Brazos River Authority, you had the zoos, Texas Comptrollers, a couple of universities. You had Tarleton State University, Texas State University. Both of those are doing some research with students, and the other one's doing it with the company that got a bid to do it from the Brazos River Authority. Is got a contracts out, and they're paying people to do some research, and so it's pretty cool. So I was fortunate enough to be asked to attend, because I was one of the guys that's doing a lot of the research on this thing. And I kind of want to keep all what's going on. I was pretty honored to be able to be there. So that's kind of a side note. Let's stop sharing. So some of the other stuff I have going on. This room, I bought a central air pump. I don't know if you can even hear that thing running. My room is not quieter because I got the central air online. It's not a linear piston, it's a diaphragm pump that I picked up from Gemco. They have them on sale right now. They had them on sale for like a year now. This one was like $135, and it was supposed to do 35 to 50 drops, airline drops. Well, let me tell you what, I thought maybe they were over exaggerating. It wouldn't quite do that many, and I was kind of worried. I don't know, I think it was like 60 some drops here, 65, 70 drops in here. And I thought, man, it's not gonna be able to do it. Man, I turned it on. Holy cow! I have an exhaust valve on it, so I can vent some air if I needed to. But I had it closed. Plugged that sucker in, and after about 10 seconds, man, all the tanks was boiled over with so much air. It was insane. So I had to open it up, but then it sounded like a jet engine. So I was like, man, what am I gonna do with this thing? Then I thought, well, I do have much more aquariums out in the living room, but how am I going to get it from this room all the way to the living room? And so what I ended up looking at is I have a vaulted ceiling and a plant ledge. So I ran it up through the ceiling and around the plant ledge, and then kind of branched it off. The only you want to do a loop, but I just branched it off. So in here I have 3/4 inch thin walled airline going around, and then it drops down, and then it goes in each rack. Each rack has a manifold that's 3/4 inch, just regular old Schedule 40. So I can screw air valves into it, into each one, and then I can trust that each valve going in each tank. So that's how I have the room set up. So it's in a loop, and that works really well. So to go that far, I have to go like 40 feet all the way out to the end of it. And I needed a good flow. You don't want to constrict your flow. So I upsized to 1 inch thin walled PVC to get it out up through the attic, over in the plant. It's only in the attic for about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet. So I'm not really worried about it heating up or cooling down if it's really hot or really cold up there. It's not going to be in that pipe long enough, and it goes all the way around, 35 more feet of regular, being in the house to kind of stabilize the temperatures. And then it drops Then it tees off. Instead of being a loop, it's just 2 runs. And then I drop down and come off of that into 3/4 inch pipes like I did here. And turned it all up and it worked great. Except for I still had to vent a lot of air. So I have probably, I don't know, well over 100. Well over 100 drops going in the tanks. But most of my tanks are 5, 10 gallon aquariums. And I don't have any restrictions like, what do you call those things? Air stones or anything on it. Just lines, just air lines that blow into the tank. So there's no restrictions. So I can get away with a lot more tanks set up that way. Now I'm not getting the rule following fine bubbles, but I don't need that. With the killifish, any of the fish I have, and I think most people are probably the same way, unless you're really overstocking your tank, you don't need as much air as you might think you do. So I still had to vent it. Still was loud, so I just took the pipe, made a U, shot it right back up into the ceiling. So my valve goes back up, and the air ends up blowing into the attic. And as soon as I did that, man, all that hissing sound went away. I was really happy. Now all I have is the pump sound. The pump has a high pitch, almost a squeal, not a squeal, but squealish sound to it. It's annoying, but the overall sound level dropped when I pulled out like 9 air pumps out of this room. So yeah, it made a big difference. Let's take a look at the chat. Let's see here. Let's see if anybody else came in. Just looking real quick. So I've been busy. That took all weekend to finish up all that stuff. Hey, just one more fish. Welcome in. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh. That's weird. I clicked on your name, I guess, instead of, I wanted to do this. Clicked on your name, and it started going over to YouTube and throwing your channel up. That was really weird. So, hey, welcome in. Now I know not to click on that. Learn something new every day, you know? So, that's a lesson learned. Those pumps, that thing is it's one of the piston of the solid linear air. It's diaphragm pump, and it's a bunch of letters, but it's the 40 is the size. I'm happy with it. It's definitely putting out a lot of air. There's a few tanks in the living room I can't get to because they're on the opposite side of the living room on the wall. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get air to those two so I can turn off all those little air pumps. Because it's really annoying. Hey, welcome in, Volonsky. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. I'm terrible with names. I apologize. So, what else did I have going on here? Some of the cold weather stuff I had to. Man, I wish I had more time and I thought about it, but I needed to fire up my generator just to be sure that I can get that generator going in case power does go out. I do have one of those little heater buddies things that have propane tank, small propane tank that I can throw in here to keep this room warm. I do have a what do you call it? A fireplace that's propane driven. I have a full propane tank, like big 40-pounder outside. That'll last me no problem because I've turned it almost all the way down. I turned it on low, then I have to go below low just to keep it from overheating the living room and the kitchen area. But all the bedrooms that come off that, so I get the vault to ceiling, so all the heat just sits there and rises. It's hard to get it down through the hallways or down into the bedrooms. So if you don't have any fans or anything to blow it because the power's out, it can be a problem. So that's kind of what I got going on there. So that's kind of a bummer. I was going to check something real quick because I know I had more stuff to mention than that. Something else is going on. It was kind of cool. What was it? Going on there. So oops. I don't want that. Oh, I should have wrote notes. Anyhow, so there's a expo coming up this weekend. Not this weekend. It's in a couple weekends. It's March 8th. That's going to be a pretty cool event. I don't know. I'm going to be there. I'll probably have three tables packed full of stuff. Uh, my wife's going to be starting to work on stuff pretty soon for the event. Trying to think, I'm making a bunch of killies I'm bringing. I need to clean a bunch of these tanks out. When I mean clean out, I mean sell off a lot of stuff. Oh, that's what kind of happened. What was it called? Get Gills. I had a Get Gills store going, and I had everything turned off because it was kind of winter. It warmed up for a while. I was going to go back in and turn the thing back on and try to promote it and get some sales before it got cold again. Well, Dan turned it off. I guess, I don't know. It probably wasn't profitable for him. Probably wasn't being utilized enough. So it's gone. So now I don't have really an online presence to sell fish at all. So I think I'm going to have to start working on doing doing my own website. As little as I want to do that, I have other websites set up for like the snake stuff, but I'm not selling anything on it. It's the TexasSnakeID.com. If you want to check that out, it's been up for a while. It's basically for identifying snakes here in North Texas. 90% of all the photos in there are all my photos of all the different species. I'm lacking a couple of species, and a couple of people took some of the photos I borrowed, but almost everything's mine on there. So that's what I got going. It's going to be a big project, and I don't know exactly what service I'm going to use yet. I got to do a lot of research. It's going to take me a while, so it'd probably be months before I get anything even remotely going. Even started probably, but hey, let's see what's going on. Anything going on? Nope, nothing going on really too much. So I got to figure out how I want to set a website up. Though I could set one up really quick and probably free, just with photos and some basic information about the fish, and have people email me to have them ship, work out shipping and work out payment and all that stuff if they want things. That would work, and that's maybe what I'll do at first, just to get something up there so I can point people to it and say this is what I have available, and they can send me an email and say, hey, this is what I want, and you can let them know what shipping is, and away we go. It's pretty simple. Man, right now I can't ship. Next Monday I could. I could send something out Monday, Tuesday. It looks like it's going to be great weather. At least here in Texas, I have to look at the national forecast. Sometimes we're really warm down here, but in the north there's be a polar vortex coming down through and wiping out, the whole northern part of the United States, and I can't ship to. So this makes it kind of tricky. That was one thing too. Whenever Dan's fish, all right, hang on. Okay, Google, turn on fish room. There we go. We're back. I forgot to turn that off. Oh well. But when Dan's fish was wanting to get wanted to do a lot of what do you call it, wholesaling, and at one point I had enough fish to probably wholesale to him, but the weather conditions were wacky. So it's like really hot here in Texas and super cold where he's at. Well, that's kind of the worst case scenario for me because I can't stick heat packs in it because it's going to sit there and just cook them when it's 75, 80 degrees here, and then they're going to be cooling off by the time they get up there when it's zero. So it's completely backward. If he was sending things to me, it'd be great because he could put a heat pack in there that doesn't last very long, keep them warm while I leave the area, and then the heat pack dies away, and then but it's warm here, so it works perfect. So it kind of sucks. There's something else I know I'm forgetting. Something kind of major going on. I just cannot, for life of me, think what it was. I will think. I'll figure it out. Give me a second. I forget. National Convention. I did hear from the National Convention that the convention registration and everything is going great. They were mentioning that the hotel is almost ideal. I mean, it's like set up really well for a convention that like we're putting on. So I think everybody's going to be pleasantly surprised. couple of the trips they're taking. One of them is going on the Gilead Farms, and the other one's going to the San Marcos River for collecting, and then going to a breeding facility for swordtails. So that could be really cool. I need to sign up for that. I keep forgetting to sign up. I'm going to be there at the convention. If anybody else is going to be there, I would love to meet you. I think Skull Aquatic said he was going to plan on being there too. It's very tricky with the snow melts. It's going to be. I'll be lucky if the snow melts by next week. Oh man, how much snow did you get up there? Ben Sharp. Hey, welcome. I don't think I've seen you on here before. Very cool. I have to look up your channel later. Awesome. So, how got everybody? Only a couple. What was it? Only a couple hours of sleep last night. Yeah, I'm hoping I'm going to be able to sleep tonight with all the cold air. I got my tortoise. Had to lock him in. Basically, what I do with him, I just take a board and put it in front of his outdoor enclosure and screw him shut. Screw it so he can't get out. Do not need him coming out when the temperatures are going to be below zero. If he decides to wander out and get cold and get too lethargic to get back home, he can be in trouble. But he's usually pretty good. Okay, Google, turn on fish room. I forgot how it staggers. So all my aquarium lights go off. And about 10 minutes, whatever it was, 10 minutes later, then the room light goes off. So kind of like, doesn't just shock everything is completely dark, and it comes back up the same way in reverse order. So that's kind of neat. Oh yeah, I was talking about the tortoise. So I got him locked in. I got a space heater in there, and then I've got a temperature monitoring device in there that will alarm if it goes below or above certain temperatures. So the space heater's mounted on top, so he can't get to it. It blows down and keeps him nice and warm. And I can look at any moment and tell you exactly what temperature he's at, so I don't have to worry. All right, Bob's Skull will be there. Hey, CC's Aqua Escapes. Well, hello. I don't think I've seen you before either. Gotta check your channel out too. Welcome. How do you sign up for the thing? Oh, how do you sign up for the thing here? Basically, you go on to I think the American Cichlid Association. Go to their website, and then from their website you go to, I think it's still listed as 2024 convention. Click on that, and then you can go on through and you can register to attend. You can get all kind of swag, your t-shirts, whatever, and then you can go on and you sign up for the different tours. And they do cost because they have to rent a bus and everything to go to take everybody out to the location. So there is a cost involved with that, but you can get packages and stuff set up. So just go on to their website. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Skull's got it. I could bring up the website if I need to and show you. In fact, I might do that. Let's see if I can do that easily. Let's try it. Why not? I only have once, right? I should have it bookmarked, but I don't. I guess it is a 2025 conventions the way it's listed. Page not found. Interesting. Do they have is there a website down? Oh. Okay, there it is. So let's put this over here. And let's start sharing. Bingo. There we go. Let's get rid of that so we can see. So this is the American Cichlid Association's webpage. So you just go right here to shop. And then we drop down to everything they got going on. So you can get the Goliad Farms tours right here. There's for tickets. There's advanced tickets are 70 instead of 75. The banquet 65. And there's the San Marcos collecting trip. You just add to your cart. You can go through and add whatever you want to your cart and then go pay for it all. At one time, they get some cool stuff. The swap meet table, they do have vendors tables. See if they have that listed. I don't see the banquet table right there. Sponsor a speaker. And rental tank. I don't know what the rental tank is. I do not know. Swap meet. I'm going to do the swap meet table. It's just like one day or a few hours. The whole swap meet Killy area. Yeah, that's it right there. Where is the swap meet? I have to figure out what's what. I'm not sure. I did sponsor a class for the killifish. There you go. You can do a vendor's table. And I was going to do the vendor table, but that's a commitment for a whole weekend. I mean, a whole week. The whole time you're there, you need to kind of run that table. And I want to have a little more fun. So I'm just going to do the swap meet for one day. Of course, people, if you're there and you want something ahead of time, hit me up. I'm not going to be waiting and sell everything just at the swap meet. I'll sell whenever. So, there's a lot of cool stuff going on. This is going to be a really, really cool show. So hopefully that answered your question. Let's see. Hey, Pepmon Aquatics. Good evening, sir. We've met in person, actually. Oh, where do we meet at? I must not recognize your channel name, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean, I'm really bad with names. Sorry. Craig's Catfish Cave. Did it again. Trying to go to your channel. Throat's messing up. I would love to go, but Quad Cities is being test runs. See if my house falls apart while I'm gone. Hey, let's see what's going on in chat. I'm reading down through here. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Vibes. I appreciate it. And have a good evening. Hope you have a good, restful sleep. And you're feeling great in the morning. I'm not sure who you're talking to, if it's me or someone else, but if it's me, hey, awesome. I probably missed something in chat. Let's see. I'm going to try something. Okay. So that's going to be let's go look at the schedule. I'm kind of curious. I've forgotten. I looked at the schedule several times, but I've kind of forgotten what's going on. When. So yeah, sort of Wednesday is the first day. Showrooms, rental rooms, and vendor setup. Then Thursday. Well, the Gilead Farms just early on Thursday from 8 to 4. Registration's open from 5 p.m. So, there's my talk. At 7 to 8, I'll be talking about my fry grow out system. I plan on building one and having it there and kind of assembling it as part of the presentation, also PowerPoint. And then on Sunday, it'll be in the auction. It'll be auctioned off. So if you're there and you want one, that's how you get one. Get some beta talk after me. Joe Griffin, Sword Tales, Hospitality Room, Texas Cycle Association. It's going to be, I mean, look at all this stuff. I mean, it's a jam-packed weekend. When is I'm trying to remember, there, Genic Stock Center. 4:30 to 5:30. Get rid of this so I can see. 4:30, 5:30. Oh, he's just talking about that. San Marcos, there's the collecting trip. 8 a.m. on Friday morning, 8 to 2. Collecting and Xenophorus Stock Center tour. That's going to be kind of cool. That's going to be awesome. Oops, wrong. And man, look at all that. AKA judging ALA and IBC judging. I should have quite a few killifish in that show. I am hoping to win the killifish exhibitor of the year award. I'm going for it. I don't know, man. There's some really talented people out there that have some really awesome fish. So there's a chance that I won't make it, but boy, it'd be fun to try. Let's see what's going on in chat. Not a whole lot. Everybody just give everybody loves and peace. Just one more fish. Hello. I think I said hi to you. If I haven't, hello and welcome. Pretty sure the National Aquarium Expo, and I'm pretty sure I was the National Expo. Okay, yeah, I was there last only 2 years they've done it. I've been there both years. They haven't really announced they're doing it again or not. I did talk to the guy that runs it, and he mentioned that he might combine the reptile, amphibian, and the fish all into one big show. I think that'd be cool. That would be neat. It'd bring a lot more people to the aquarium side, and probably get more vendors and things wanting to come. It's a pretty cool show. I liked it. It was pretty nice. Pretty nice show. Pretty well put on, well organized. I actually did pretty well there. I've done both years. It was worth my effort to pack everything up, go all the way to Houston, set everything up, sell even with the hotel rooms and everything. It was worth my time. So I appreciated that. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to enjoy myself at this national convention. Normally, I go to things and I'm all out. I'm just like, I want the vendor table. I'm doing everything going above and beyond. But I need to take a little bit of vacation. Burn out from work. I just need to relax. So I think this one, I'll do my talk, get it out of the way, and the first person up, open the thing up, get my talk out of the way, so I can relax the whole rest of the show. I'm going to be on the breakdown committee. So if anybody there at the show you want to help me break down tables on a Saturday evening, we'll all be sitting around, probably drinking a couple beers here and there, and kind of enjoying everything and breaking all the tables down, breaking all the what do you call it? The small aquariums that will be all the fish will be judged in and be kept in to be judged. All the fish will be removed, bagged up, and then we will break everything down. It takes a little bit of effort, that's for sure. And if you're there, I'd love to have your help. That's for sure. And it can be a lot of fun when you're hanging out with a bunch of people like that. It'd be a lot of fun. I like it because it's in my city. I always go if they run it. Hey, next time, if they do it this year, again, I plan on being there. Make sure you come up and say hi and let me know your channel name so I remember who you are. Because if you just tell me your name, even if you tell me your name now and then you show up, tell me there, I may forget. Especially at a show like that because there's a lot going on. I'm extremely busy. My mind's going a million miles an hour trying to make everything, work and everything. Hey, if you were there at Houston, what did you think of those fans that I had with the killifish on it? They were kind of floating in midair, the videos and the photos. I love those things, and we'll try to do it again at this next expo. But the difference between Houston Expo, it's a really big, huge room. I was up against the wall, so I can have these fans that don't have any kind of shroud or anything on. They're spinning around, and they put a picture on them. I could put those up against the wall and kind of high, so nobody could run into them with their heads or put their hands up, mess with it. But at the expo that we're going to be at here in Dallas Fort Worth, it's a hotel conference room, or a couple of them put together. So you can imagine it's a little bit more intimate, and I'll have people behind me at the tables. So the distance behind the booth is not a whole lot. So we're thinking about buying some of the banner holder things that go onto a table that basically attach onto a table and go up. If I extend those up high enough, I can have the fans up high enough that nobody can reach up and touch them or get hurt by them. That's what I'm worried about. Let's see. I didn't see anyone else scheduled tonight, but I'm going to pop up for a while after. Oh, okay. Cool, Jeff. Yeah, I might check that out for a little while. I need to get to bed. And I'm about my hour's about up, so I figured about 5-10 minutes here, I'll be off. Yeah, go for it, man. I'll jump in. Let's see here. Anything else? Oh, oops. That was really nice. I like your table and area a lot. I believe I cut it on my first live stream while I was talking to people. Okay. Cut them. I'll check your live stream out. Yeah, it. I love those things, man. I can't believe more people aren't using them. But of course, to do what I do to set them up like that. In fact, I took. That's another thing I was going to talk about. Taking those pictures like that, take the pictures and the videos. I did shoot some video of how I do that. But man, I was sick. I was trying to fight through it. I was so exhausted. Mine was not working. I could not figure out how to set it up to make it look right. So it's terrible. I think I forgot to even mention a few things. So, and I don't know. I have to edit it up and see what it looks like, or at least put all the pieces in there and kind of see if I can save it. I don't know. It's pretty bad. But the way I do it is I just basically put it on a solid background if I can, if the fish. I mean, shoot it on that, and then use a couple pieces of software. I can use I can use my phone for the images. Basically, just take a picture. As long as you have a decent background, a solid background, or something that doesn't confuse the AI on the phone, you can just put your finger on the subject and it automatically removes the background. It pulls it out. You can make it like a sticker, or you can make it another image, a PNG image, so there'll be no background light. But the stickers are cool because then you can pull up different images. I don't know if you ever seen the video I run uh, on the last time. I didn't run it this time, or in some of the photos I have with all the just the killifish on a background. Those just made stickers out of the when I pulled it off. It's really easy. Of course, you edit the photo at first. You want it, or you can edit it after. It gets either way, or don't edit it off. Stick it in the photos. Then the video I shoot just kind of the same way. The fish moving up where I think I might want it, and then I use CapCut. Is what I was using at the time. And CapCut, you go in there and you can kind of color where the fish is at. It uses a little bit of AI. I think I had to buy the subscription to get the better quality, so it really pulled it out. But it was definitely worth it. Removed all the background, so it's just the fish. So then I can upload that to the fans. So it'll put just the image or the fish swimming. I like it when it's with the animated, with the fish moving. So it looks like the fish just floating in midair, swimming around. I think it's just way cool. Thank you, Jeff. But let's see. Could you just put round display tables with merch under the fans? Well, the problem is the way they sell tables. So they sell 6 foot tables. So I have 3 6 foot tables. So it's kind of a space issue. You can do something like that maybe, but the round tables really would take up a weird amount of space. And it'd be really hard to fit that into the venue. Wish I had photos off top, handy. I could pull you up and show you exactly what I mean. It just, but the round tables just really wouldn't work that easy. And now maybe at Houston, if I have 3 booths like I had, 3 10 by 10s, man, I had plenty of room. That was awesome. I could do anything I wanted at that point. But I think having them back against the wall was the idea. It was the best thing to do there. Then I could power them easy. That's another thing. Some of the venues now are starting to charge. I think next year, if I want power, I'm going to have to pay $125 for power, and I think that's crazy. So I bought one of those Jackery. It's called a solar generator, but it has nothing to do with it. You can hook a solar panel to it to charge it up, but it's just basically a battery pack that can output different voltages. So you can have USB connections. You can have 115 volt output, and it's rated at so many um, watt hours. And so you have to look how many watts you put into it, how long you want to run it, figure out how big a one you need. The one I have now is just barely going to make it through the day. I think. At least that's calculated. I don't know what it'll actually do. It might do better, it might do worse. But I need to test it with all three of those fans going and a few other things that we have powered. I may have to get a second one just to make sure I have plenty of power. It just popped up. Huh, okay. Oh, it must be another live streamer. I see. Never mind. So, unless you guys have something else, any questions or anything you have for me, I think that's probably going to end it. I'm going to try to edit up the videos of me doing the videos and photos and the building of my how I built the rack system. I think it might be kind of interesting, but I don't know. It wasn't done very good. I was just I was miserable. Whatever that a flu, cold, I don't know what it is. Probably some kind of viral infection. It sucked. It knocked me down for 36 hours. I mean, I was like, I couldn't hardly make it to the bathroom. I was just exhausted, coughing so hard. I got cramps in my ribs. I thought I broke a rib so bad I couldn't breathe. There were tears in my eyes, man. I was just like, that was one of the most painful cramping in the ribs I've ever had in my life. It just would not stop. I thought I was going to pass out. Pulled muscles in my stomach, coughing so hard. But then it lasted a couple of weeks. I just had no energy. It just, oh man, it was terrible. My wife, she had it for almost a full month now. She's finally just started getting over it. And she had it a few days before me. And then I got over it. Well, I say I got over it. I got over the major bad stuff pretty quickly. But I had a cough for another 2 weeks. Couldn't get out of my lungs. Now I'm feeling great. More energy, be able to do something. But it was terrible. Anyhow, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. We'll see what's going on next weekend. Hopefully, I don't have any real major bad news because of the weather knocking me out. But I have a few things prepared, and luckily, most of the killifish will be just fine. Temperatures can be a problem if it gets too cold, but I have some heaters going. It can be a little dicey if things go really bad, but we'll see. Usually, with power outages, even the really, really bad outages we had, didn't really cause me any problems. They were rolling blackouts here, so it was like 30 minutes, power would be off. It'd be on for like an hour, be off for 30 minutes. So while the house was slowly losing heat, it'd come up a little bit and drop, and come up a little bit and drop. But overall, it was dropping down. I still was fine. It was no problem. And for the aquariums not have air for half an hour, that's nothing. It doesn't hurt anything. So, all right. Well, good night, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I will catch you, Jeff, on the live stream at least for a little bit. We'll see what time it is, how late how tired I am. So, everybody jump over to say hi to Jeff. Jeff Kane over at Empire Dirt Aquatics. And I will catch you guys next week, hopefully.